Is the SV worth the price? I'm Anthony from Supercar Throttle, and we're going to go through this S68, because this is a BMW twin-powered 4.4-liter V8. That's getting 626 horsepower. Hell, this vehicle's impressive, because it weighs right around 5,500 pounds, and a 0 to 60 is at 3.7 seconds, and a top speed at 180 miles per hour. But the more impressive thing is that you get the 6D dynamics for this, which is new for the year, and that dynamics helps you for a more luxury ride or a performance drive, and helping tailor for off-road capabilities, because hell, you can afford up to 35.4 inches, which is insane, because who's going to do that for a 200 plus grand vehicle? And you have clearance that's going to start at 8.3 inches up to 9.4 inches with 553 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's achieving 16 mpgs for the city, 22 mpgs for the highway. But who gives a damn about that when you got the raw performance 23-inch wheels? It's a 285/40 up front with a 305/35 out back. And yes, it has ceramic brakes. That's why it's worth the price. I mean, you need 8 pistons to clamp them in the front. You need 4 in the back. With this much weight, this much power, the dynamics that it's all capturing, plus it's still a butter smooth ride, because you know why? It's a freaking Range Rover. Now, the Range Rover Sports can tow up to 7,700 pounds, and with this, you could put over 220 pounds if you add the roof rail or the crossbars. I don't think I would do that. I would keep the stealth look, because when you go into the SV, you get this bicolor paint palette, which is unique to the trim. Quad exhaust tips, everything's going to be LED from the front to the rear, and with competition, you're going to need to spend around 200 grand to get something this special. Power liftgate going into 31.9 cubic feet of storage. This has an air suspension. You can raise and lower the suspension by simply pushing the button, making it a lot easier to load anything into the cargo bay. And now that's with it all the way down. Right here is pretty cool too, because it can separate your cargo, moving the privacy cover so you can see what I mean. You also have these areas here, and you can rotate this so that way you can put bottles, champagne, anything like that. You just push these to collapse it down. And what's so impressive about these Range Rovers, look at that. 23-inch spare tire is tucked underneath. There isn't a lot of vehicles that do this. They still get bag holders here, LED interior lights, obviously. 12-volt charger here, a little storage nook here, and you got another area here for bottles. And to maximize the cargo capacity, you don't have to go into the back. Range Rover does it the correct way. Simply push these buttons here, and that's going to maximize the cargo to 53 cubic feet of storage. And while it's adjusting, the front seats also adjust. So even if they're adjusted back, you're not going to have to worry about it not going down. But this is a V8 twin turbo. We need to go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. Look at the key fob for the SV. You get the badging here. When you unlock the door, you get the bi-spoke here, soft closed doors, 16-way power seat adjustment, heated, ventilated, massage. The SV, it lights up. You get the red contrast, memory for the driver and passenger, obviously, the carbon fiber that's exposed. You have the carpet here, and they put some carpet here in the door pocket. And this is the Teat Creation, which is one of 5 different collection options. Now, some cool things about this steering wheel, when we fire it up, it has the SV badge. When you push this, check out what happens. It's red. Now you're going to hear that RPM tick up. You go into the Pivi Pro, and you'll see that it's already on the SV mode. Now, you don't have the SV gauges yet, but you have 2 different ways to do this. So when you click this, it changes the layout. Now we're going to go into the display layout, slide it down into SV, and now check this. We're ready for performance. You have your G-force, your tachometer, the power torque ratio. Push this off, and now you're going to have the white for the paddle shifts, and it's an everyday gauge cluster. Pivi Pro, you can see on Hawkeye rides, I go through all this stuff. You get a wireless charging pad. It's a very minimalistic look inside. It's very dark. That's definitely a con to me, but I do like that you get a refrigeration storage box here that you can fit 4 16.9-ounce bottles. You can put your driver's license here or insurance card. You can close this up so it's seamless, so you see the carbon fiber, black carbon here. And this also slides open and you get a USB port here, and it's a deep storage pocket. Over on this side, you have two glove boxes, the top and the bottom, with a 12-volt up top and the bottom just your regular stuff. Ambient lighting, they don't necessarily give you a lot of it, but you get a full pass-through with the USB port here, leg room with the sport pedals, headroom, and you have a large pano, digital rear view mirror, 360-degree reverse camera, obviously with 3D view, which means you can go all around the vehicle. It's PV Pro, so don't expect it to go so fast, as you're noticing. And we have the haptic feel. For the back seats, it's going to be the same as the front, except you're going to get the sunshades, but they're manual. I don't know what the heck they're doing. You get 23 speakers through Meridian sound system. That's 1,430 watts. The carbon comes into play here, soft to touch. Ambient lighting for the storage pocket. It's a little bit smaller. Carbon fiber, it looks like a BMW. And then you have your dual climate control settings here. You push in, and now you'll have for your ventilated or heated rear seats. You got the air vents. You get the badging for the Theo curation in the back with the carbon fiber. And charging, you're taken care of. 12 volt, 2 USB, home plug. Check out the leg space that you have, and the same thing with headroom. They even give you a little leather here on the grab handle, LED interior lights. You also have some air vents here. Pull this down and you'll have your armrest. Push this, you got your cup holders, and you got a little storage bin right here. The back seat is basically the same for every Range Rover. It's just you're going to have that more sporty vibe because of the carbon fiber. The front seats is really where it's at. Sitting in the center, you sit up. The back bolstering also pushes you out. The headroom's pretty good. 626 horsepower with 553 pound-feet of torque out of the S68 BMW 4.4 liter bi-turbo V8. That is, it's just crazy to me. 3.7 seconds, 0 to 60. The damn thing weighs 5,475 pounds. Now, obviously, if you're buying this for MPGs, don't be concerned. Don't be thinking you're going to get great, because you're getting 16 for the city, 22 for the highway, but that is to be expected when you're buying this type of a beast. 23-inch wheels. Let's see how she drives. Quick, smooth. You don't really hear any road noise. It's very quiet in the cabin. The seats are ultra plush. You sit up high, you got great ground clearance. Is it worth the hype? Well, it's gonna take me to some pros and cons. The pros is you're getting a massive increase in power when you're going this route. The con is it is gonna be a lot more money. There's no way around that when you're considering the performance that you're getting, the 6D dynamics that changed the whole drive, whether it's for daily or for its off-road capabilities. You're still able to tackle everything a Range Rover Sport can do, but it gives you that performance on a straight line. Now, it's still going to be a top-heavy vehicle. I just like how quiet it is. You don't feel any imperfections in the road. Now, obviously, if you hit some potholes in the road, you probably will bust the tire, and you're not going to want to take this off-road with these tires that are already set on it. And what's a Range Rover without this performance? But then I feel that the carbon ceramic brakes are not as potent as they should be, but it still has a pretty good grip. I mean, when you're considering the weight ratio to this vehicle, it's not a perfect 50-50 weight distribution. This is by far the best Range Rover Sport that you can option. Quick, smooth. You don't really hear any road noise. It's very quiet in the cabin. The seats are ultra plush. You sit up high, you got great ground clearance. The con is it is gonna be a lot more money. Take me to some pros and cons. The pros is you're getting a massive increase in power. The performance that you're getting, the 6D dynamics that changed the whole drive, whether it's for daily or for its off-road capabilities. You're still able to tackle everything a Range Rover Sport can do, but it gives you that performance on a straight line. Even though it's nearly 200 inches, it doesn't feel that heavy and it doesn't feel that wide. And I guess the big cons that come into play is you can option a Lamborghini Urus, an RS Q8. You can go into a Maybach, you can go into an AMG 63, the XB7. There's just a lot of variance in this segment. So for a Range Rover to increase the price, I mean, this is over 230 grand. Is it worth it? To me, it is, because of what you're getting as a total package. But then when you're thinking about competition, they are going to be faster than this vehicle. This vehicle will surpass them because of the luxury amenities and the fact that you still have Range Rover capabilities, which makes it a lot more unique than any vehicle in its class. And when you mash on the gas, the damn thing's gonna take off, even though this is a yacht on wheels, because of that S68 engine, which is BMW powered. So I appreciate that they've put that with this vehicle. And if you go into Lamborghini, you're not going to have something as big in the interior as this. Plus the ground clearance is gonna be better here, and the off-road capabilities. If you downgrade it to a RSQ8, which by no means it's a downgrade, you're still having the same capabilities more or less as the Lamborghini, hence this is going to beat it with everything else. Going into the Maybach, they're going to have some capabilities there. And you can option a G-Wagon, which that vehicle can do every damn thing on or off pavement. Seat comfort is more than luxurious. It's a plush seat. You have a lot of cushion to the seat. It's wide. It's not necessarily tailored like a sports seat, so it's not going to hug you as much as maybe the XB7 or some of the competition. But the suspension itself just glides over everything. This is 23-inch wheels. But it does have that tank feel whenever you start getting aggressive. Hence, we do have air suspension. But the fact still lays. I mean, it's over 230 grand. I mean, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and check out more at Supercar Throttle.